Nadine here, and today I'm going to be creating a scrapbook layout using several different products from Imagine, like their new embossing powders and some firework spray, some Versamark, and I'm also going to be using lots of chipboard pieces from Creative Embellishments. So to get started, the first thing I'm going to do is on the back of my layout page, which I'm just using a white standard page here. I'm going to use some clear gesso first, and this will make it so when I am spraying the fireworks spray on there, the lid's glued down, there we go, that it doesn't absorb into the paper. Okay, now that the gesso is dry, I am going to take my picture and get kind of an idea of where I am going to want this on my page. And I'm just going to kind of go over the corners slightly, just so I know where it will be. Like so. And then I have some stamps here. I guess these are from Stampendous. Okay, so now I'm just going to lay the stamps on there and just do some random stamping with these around the picture, using my Versamark. And then I'm just going to use some white embossing powder over those. And then I'm going to heat set it. Okay, so now I have it all embossed. I don't know if you can see that white on there. Hard to see white on white. But once I get going on the next step, you will be able to see it more. So I'm going to just take some water and spraying over that area that I just embossed. And then I'm going to take some fireworks in Summer Sky. And I'm going to get pretty close to my page because I don't want it to spray everywhere. I want to keep it pretty concentrated in this area. I'm going to let that dry, but you can see how the flowers are already showing up in the back. I'm going to use the heat tool to dry that just a little bit too. Okay, so I'm going to add just a little bit more water. And going into the next color, which is the Bahama Blue, I'm going to take nozzle and just kind of spread it around. And then also spray it. Dry it again. And repeating the process one more time using the darkest blue, but I'm going to try to use very little of that one. And this one is the Danube blue. There we go. And you can see how that stamping has showed up more in the background. And now that that is dry, I'm actually going to take a little bit more of the Danube blue and just do some splatters. Okay, so now I got to this part. I am going to take this wave chipboard piece and then also a few other chipboard pieces, and I'm going to use some embossing powder on them. Show you that really quick. Just I'm going to cut this down. Oops. So I'm going to take my Versamark ink and I'm going to just push the chipboard pieces down into the pad. And these pieces I'm going to color or use the embossing powder. This is the Blue Icicle, which has like a glitter in it. See how pretty those ones are. And then the next I'm going to do with the waves. I'm going to push those down into the Versamark pad again. And then using the embossing powder, this is the blue, that I'm just going to pour over the entire thing. So now I'm going to use the heat tool on that to heat it up, and then while it is still a little bit hot on the ends, I'm going to use the iridescent opaque. So this is basically a white embossing powder with glitter in it. And I'll show you how I'm going to do that really quick. So I'm just going to pour some of it out onto the paper like so. And then while it's still hot, I just pushed it down into the powder. And then I'm just going to brush some of it off. Like that. And then I'm going to repeat the same thing with this one. And then I'm going to use the embossing tool again on that. So now the waves look like this. Okay, on the back of my picture, I'm just going to adhere on, this is just some tissue paper that I crinkled up. And then I'm just going to start assembling my layout. My layout is completed. So all the flowers that I attached on there, and then the chipboard pieces that I used the embossing powder on. And that's that. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do so. And if you like what you saw, please hit the like button. See you next time. Bye-bye.